Hey guys, Julian here. So I wanted to make a couple videos that are going to prep us and help us celebrate the start of the playoffs. They're going to be called showcase videos, and they're going to be focusing on some talent in the draft, people that are either already in playoffs or have the potential to go. Next season is going to be a bit more competitive, so this is in the spirit of that. So anyways, let's get started here. Fitz is the target of this showcase video. He is first overall in the Johto Conference, and he is currently 4th overall on the power ranking. If you guys don't know what the power ranking is, it's a series of scores that determine roughly how good everyone is compared to everyone else in draft history. And if you want a link to that, I will put it in the description. So Fitz is usually called the poster boy of the draft. He's the go-to guy that you think of when you think of the McMaster Pokemon Showdown draft. And he's usually called the poster boy because he's one of the most consistent players ever to draft. He does not have a lot of variance at all in his placings. He usually finishes around 6th to 7th in the regular season, and then in playoffs usually finishes around 4th to 5th. With this season being the exception, which is why he is the first player in our showcase right now, being first and finishing first for the regular season. So he's going into playoffs as first seed for his conference, which is great. This match specifically showcases Fitz beating Martin, who is 3rd overall in Johto and 2nd on the power ranking. So this is considered an upset in terms of the PR, but not in terms of this specific season draft. This is one of the matches I wanted to showcase, and for Fitz specifically because Kyurem actually never comes out of his Pokeball this match, and a lot of people have been making fun of Fitz and telling him he can't be the poster boy anymore because he drafted Kyurem, who is widely considered one of the best OU Pokemon in draft format. And Fitz said, well, I'm going to bring it, but I'm never going to use it. So he has it, but it's essentially like a dead slot on his team because he actually never uses it. He didn't have to use it. He would have used it if he had to, but this is sort of a middle finger to everyone who said that he needs Kyurem to win. And Fitz, in general, understands the value of every single Pokemon that he uses. And he's one of the few players to bring every Pokemon on the roster at least once. Not just this season, but I believe every season prior. So he's brought even the lowest tiered Pokemon that he drafts. For example, Dunsparce, Murkrow, and Mr. Mime were all on his roster in Season 2, and he did bring all of them at least once. This season, he has Seismitoad, who isn't the highest tiered Pokemon, but also isn't the lowest tiered Pokemon. But Seismitoad was at one point in the season the top Pokemon of the draft, and that just shows you how scary Fitz is with his Pokemon. He makes uses of the moves that are considered usually useless, using almost everything in a Pokemon's moveset to get him the win. Fitz's strength is in his versatility. He can team build to achieve any goal he wants. He doesn't let bad RNG or losses get to him when he loses either. It just pushes him to do even better. He does very well under pressure. He usually makes a monster loser's bracket run to finish high in the season after he loses early on in the playoffs. One of his weaknesses is that he sometimes overpredicts when team building, and he ends up bringing weird moves. For example, last week he brought an Incinerate Honchkrow to try and kill Fortress and kill its Kustat Berry. He didn't end up using it, and so it ended up being a dead move, but it was a good try nonetheless. Some of Fitz's highlights have been flinching 3 times with a Sneasel against a Sableye, Mega Sableye, using Icicle Crash in playoffs against Damien in Season 3. That got him the win for that game, but he ended up losing that set. He also dodged a Draco Meteor against Ramanon for the win in last week, which was week 7. His Kyurem got the final KO after dodging that Draco. One of his lowlights was tricking a Choice Scarf onto my Suicune in the first week of Season 3, which ended up losing him the match. He usually performs better in playoffs, however, so the sky is the limit this season for Fitz, seeing as he is first right now. Who knows what he can accomplish in the playoffs? He might be the first player to ever place first after the playoffs without losing a single match in the tournament, which we got very close last season, or 2 seasons ago, but it did not happen. Fitz also, besides being a great player, he helps out with draft media. For example, he makes highlight videos, and we're super grateful for everything he does. He's a really positive player. He never has bad manners. He's a great guy, win or lose. We really hope to see what Fitz will do in playoffs and in the coming seasons after that. So I just want to quickly thank everyone for participating in this season. It's been a great time, and don't feel bad if you didn't make it to the playoffs. There are tournaments every other week that can help you get into next draft. So even if you just barely didn't make it, or if you really feel like you just want to keep playing with us, you can definitely participate in those tournaments. If you want a full explanation to how next draft is going to work, I will be posting a doc about it eventually, but make sure to play in all the tournaments. It's going to be really fun, and make sure you tune in to playoffs. So that'll be it for this match. You see Fitz wins at 2-0, and we hope to see all of you at the stream in 2 weeks. That means it's starting on the 25th or the 26th. We have not decided yet. I will release details when we figure it out. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Bye.